Warning. Parts Undroned flies under FFA certification, with local approval specific to each location. Do not try this at home, or anywhere else.
Hey, there's Thomas. Let's go say hi to Thomas. Thomas, Welcome to episode 2 of Parts Undroned. This week, we will be venturing out of El Paso and into Dauphin Island, Alabama, where we'll take a long-distance trek off the shore to the coastal oil rigs. We'll have about 20 minutes of battery, a strong but mortal RC signal, and about 4.5 kilometers of extreme winds. We have no room for error, unlike last week. If we go down, we drown. So, let's do this right. Taking off, we're going to go ahead and get our instruments up. We're going to hit about 100 meters in the air and fly roughly that altitude the entire time. Let's see how many meters we go out. Here's where I have you in the sky. You're stuck with me. I can tell you to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and don't forget to support us on Patreon and Indiegogo, and that will help us to make more of this and to make it better. We have plans in the books right now to do multiple drones in the sky at one time, to add a little bit more to each trip, and to get the cameras to do the commentary live instead of in post to make it more interesting and ultimately lead to quicker turnaround. So that one-time purchase of special features on Indiegogo, whether that's early access or merchandise, helps us a lot, and that subscription to our special features and merchandise on Patreon helps us even better. But more than anything, just continuing to watch and subscribe and share this video lets us know to keep doing it better. So we've got our adventure to the top right screen, while in the middle we're hanging out with our buddies Thomas and Lopez. We spent about 5 days in Dauphin Island and we used the beach every minute of it. There he is. Hey Thomas. Thomas, no. Is that really any way to greet a friend? Do you want to bring that finger a little closer over here? On our main trip, we're nearing about 1 kilometer out. Look at these peaceful boys right here. I'm sure they're just vibing to the sound of... But sure, let's give them a break. Let's back away. We're leaving. Let's check out the west side of the island instead. So Dauphin Island is 15 miles long from east to west and less than a quarter mile wide. Tall. I feel like it's geometrically tall, but I guess we'll call it wide from the direction that we're looking at it.
The other way.
The other way. So let's go back to our trip and check on that. All right, here we are, and surprise, surprise, we're over water. We are about 90 meters up and 1,600 meters out. Let's zoom in and check on our little at-ats over here. They're just on the horizon. Got a second big boy right there to the right. It looks like we're about halfway there. Visibility is low. Looks like we're in a bunch of atmosphere. Like we might be in the middle of a cloud. So even if we don't make it, let's see if we could at least get closer to get a cleaner shot. So if we zoom out, you can see about how far we are. We're about 2,000 meters out, 2 kilometers, and roughly halfway there from our estimations. Let's speed up now until we get a little bit further along the way. So we're going to slow down here at the seafoam borderline because I think it looks really cool and shows us some perspective of the ocean ground. Seafoam, or spume, as it apparently can be called, is created by the agitation of seawater and its dissolved organic matter. Structurally, seafoam is thermodynamically unstable, though some seafoam can persist in the environment for several days at most. Seafoam never disappoints. Now we're at about 3 kilometers out, 70 meters up. Let's see if we can get just a little bit closer. We want to go ahead and come back at 60%. last time, we had that battery issue. So we're going to come back with some safe space. I'd say 50% there, 50% back is pushing it. So we're going to come back at 60% this time. So let's go ahead and get our zooms in. Let's see what we can see from 3,200 meters out. Got our little at-ats. There's that cluster that way. And we just hit 60%. So we're going to auto return to home. There he is. And there's home. And you can imagine right now if we went down, I would absolutely shit myself. So that's why we're playing it safe. But what we did do was make it this far off the shore, about 2 miles. And from here, it looks extremely far. This is the farthest I've ever been out offshore. While we're waiting for the drone to come back, we'll check out this beach side. This is the beach that we're going to be coming back to right now, as it looks the next day, actually, from this flight. This is Dauphin Island Beach. So this beach is actually one of the only public beaches on Dauphin Island, and on the northern side of the island that you can see far side of the monitor right now is actually a lot of neighborhoods, backyards of people. This is the public beach on this side, and it becomes privatized on the east side and the west side that we looked at earlier. So we're gonna soak that in first, a couple more seconds before moving to the northern side of the island. This side is much more residential, though it's very popular not just to own a house or camp, but also to rent them out, Airbnb them, charter them so that people can come and stay. Tourism is a huge part of the culture here at Dauphin Island. Checking back in on our flight, we are now 1.5 kilometers off the coast, still 100 meters up, auto returning home very peacefully, and this looks awesome. The island is a quaint little size, and it's quite gorgeous from here. Here is another look at our oil rigs, zoomed and enhanced. There's our little guy. And there's that loner off to the left. We've got 47% battery left, which will give us about 13 minutes of flight time, and I think we will be home well before that. So don't forget to... No, I'm just fucking with y'all. So far, our battery is way ahead of schedule, which is great because that is fantastic compared to the alternative. And I can see my house from here. There we go. So there on the far end is that bay where we were just drone drifting. We got a jet ski over there to the top left. We've got Dauphin Island Bridge to the right. And we are bringing it in home. We got 44% battery, so we came home with plenty of power to spare. It looks like we only used 15%, 16% battery just to get back home, which is pretty insane. So we were a little bit overly cautious, but better that than the opposite. We're bringing it on down, and this is the finale of our flight. That was our excursion out to the oil rigs off of the coast of Dauphin Island, Alabama. We made it, I'd say 3/4 of the way there. It's average 4.5 kilometers to those oil rigs. We made it a little bit over 3. So I think we got close. We could have gotten closer in hindsight, but now we know. And we definitely didn't want to overextend ourselves over the open ocean. So we got close. We got a good view of our at-ats out there on the horizon. And, well, if you'd like to support us on Patreon, support us at patreon.com/partsundroned. You can support us also for a single value on Indiegogo. On both of these, we've got different tiers of packages. You could get early releases of our episodes. We can send you full episodes, uncut, unshortened. We also have merchandise available now. So go on and check that out. And subscribe, like, share this with your friends, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Parts Undroned.